I guess we should intro first, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that's what this is. We're the Misfit Artists.
Hi.
I'm
I'm
Mecca.
Ace.
I'm Mecca.
I'm Ace.
We're professionals.
We're professionals, and it's totally not late night. Not at all.
we've either about to post a HTKAM pilot, or it was posted recently, and hopefully it was cool. Hopefully you liked it. If not, you should go watch it again and like it that time. It's called Driving Views. Yeah, we're doing a little character summary of one of the characters that inhabit or used to inhabit.
It was funnier with the delayed reaction.
Yeah, Rowan Alteris. He
was another one of my creations.
Yes, who has gotten. Is it appropriate to say glow up? Is that what the kids say, or?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
He did get a glow up.
Got an official design.
Official.
Because before you were just drawing.
I was drawing my shoujo pretty boy.
Just a generic hot boy.
Yeah.
Now he's a
now
hot
he actually
boy
has substance.
He's a hot boy with some sauce. We had some sauce to that hot. Yeah. He's a character. His fate is ambiguous. I think the one thing we can say is that you will at one point see him in an official episode, whether it be his corpse, his ghost, a mangled essence, or just a flashback.
So take your pick, place your bets, spin the wheels, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's freaking go, buckaroo.
Because I always remember when we were kind of getting some HTKAM stuff started, I was looking up I wasn't even this. I think it was for Shadowbrook Hunters. I was looking up what makes dark fantasy its own thing, because most genres and horror and stuff have their quirks. Slasher movies are obviously about the prosthetics and the spectacle, as it were. Psychological horror is obviously, a thinking game. Thrillers are action-packed. Dark fantasy, one of the things that kind of really makes it, and you kind of get into this as more of a Lovecraftian or cosmic horror idea, but the way that I read that you use fantasy well is that you create experiences that may be worse than death. A slasher movie,
right?
It's mortality. You die, that's scary. It's how fragile life is. Dark fantasy, though, is one of those things where
you look at it and you're like, yeah, no, maybe death is better.
Yeah. Like zombies, the idea of being zombified. It's not just that there are zombies, it's that you can become a zombie. And of course, there is just dying sometimes just by, giant tentacle monsters or some crazy shit. But that's the thing, is that there's so many crazy things that can happen that you can't understand. And one day you'll know what happened to Rowan. But for now, just know that he got caught by the bad guys, and think about what happens when you get caught by an evil wizard or, a king or something like that.
Cult shit! Anyway.
Yeah, cult shit. Yeah, think about what would happen if the Cthulhu cult caught you, and, that's, you can probably extrapolate what may or may not have happened to Rowan.
Here's a hint. You're pretty much fucked.
Yeah. Rowan's not happy, is the best thing to say. So that's kind of the thing, but we're going to go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I originally, so basically, when I created Rowan, it was kind of a weird self-indulgence of, superficial crushes. Mm-hmm. Rowan was basically the amalgamation of all of that.
Yeah, and his character is built on that. So, again, Rowan Alteris, he is captain of the Phoenix Guard, which is a branch of our avian military, and their whole thing is they're
the top dogs of the avian military, because they're tasked with guarding the royal family.
It's like a mix between the Secret Service and the Marines. Because if Ichor had wars, that's one of the things about Ichor is they're a floating, quote unquote, self-sustained island. so they don't have a reason to fight the surface.
Exactly.
It's like Japan before planes and boats.
And then you get like the shady Splinter Cell, which is the Raven Knights.
Yeah. Which the big thing there is that since they are up in the air, self-sustained, they don't fight people. There's an occasional, because it's a fancy world, there's dragons, pterodactyl motherfuckers, that they have to deal with, but that's more of like and just kick it off.
Just straight eat them.
So most of the military, the Phoenix Knight, what's some of the others? The
So
Sparrow
we have
Garrison.
we
don't need to
we
go
have
into
the
all
top
of them.
dogs. The top dogs is
I just want to let you name some of your
so
things.
so in the pecking order of the
Shut
avian.
the fuck up.
Because we have like the Phoenix Guards and then the Raven Knights. And then I wrote down the Sparrow Garrison, which is basically a whole bunch of young avian trainees before they choose like the different.
Okay, we're not gonna officially set that in lore yet, but it's a good name is the point.
And then we have Falcon Force, which
Like
I wrote down that it was basically the police force of Vicor.
It sounds like a horrible Voltron knockoff.
It's so bad, but it's so hilarious.
Again, we're not saying that those are necessarily canon yet. We're not saying the full details, but there are definitely other branches of the military, and they are probably names. They're probably more bird puns. And the whole thing is that the
bird puns for days.
The Phoenix the Phoenix Guard.
Phoenix Guard.
You got me. I'm all flustered now because of that. They're named after the Great Phoenix that the main Ikor religion worships. You know, their creation mythology.
Check that out in a video sometime soon.
Yes. Oh.
We did a comic about it. It was great.
That Firebird on fire.
The Firebird on fire. That's what we're relating to the Phoenix now. We're calling it the Firebird on fire.
So the whole thing is that the Phoenix supposedly raised the island up. They're not dealing with any more crap. So most of the military just kind of does some Coliseum.
I guess you could say they are above it all.
You already did that in the short video.
I don't care. It's funny.
So most of the military will kind of like fight in these little gladiatorial games, like the one that I'm doing a little storyboard for. This is not anything canonical necessarily. I just wanted to draw some birds kicking the shit out of each other.
We just wanted to see more fights.
Yeah, I did the
more
pilot,
fights.
and I'm like, I need a good back and forth punchy. So, but that's what most of the military does, except for the Raven Knights, because they're weird. And
they're doing the more important shit.
Supposedly.
Air quotes.
Yeah.
Heavy of the air quotes.
The Raven Knights are kind of like our version of like what you think the FBI does when you're a kid. You're like, okay, so the police does this. There's traffic cops. What's the FBI do?
FBI, open up.
and it's hard for like adults to explain. But yeah, they're just kind of off in the shadows. They're the secret police. And yeah, we don't want to get into what they do because we know, but I feel like explaining that too much now would be mysteries and reveals. So
all things will be revealed in due time.
Just know that they've been some weird mother effers from the start. But yeah, so Rowan met, or at least captured, Arrow's gaze. He probably first saw Arrow at one of her performances at some coronation or some business.
Definitely like the Phoenix Festival. I'm just like, I'm legit throwing things out there. Just yeeting things in the world building pot.
We can't say they definitely met at the Phoenix Festival because we don't know if there is.
We don't know if there is a Phoenix Festival.
Don't you also have like a Moonlight Festival you want to make? Like you just have all these holidays.
I think
you just want to make all the holidays.
It was a festival. It might have been a festival. It might have been a coronation.
But so the bottom line is,
Rowan, she may or may not have been at Wings and Flings at one point. They may or may not have met.
Well, no. So I think the bottom line is that Rowan saw Arrow, admired her before he got his rank captain, and fought his way up to recognition through these tournaments, and eventually gained the title of Phoenix Captain.
Yes.
Because he's a strong boy. He's very physically capable.
Yes.
Which, you know, this is kind of us hinting at how mischievous and threatening the Raven Knights are, in contrast than if they were able to catch the big boy.
So basically, if Rowan and the Phoenix Guard are Mufasa, the Raven Knights are just Scar.
Sorry. It's such an unnecessary comparison.
But it just makes sense though.
So,
Like, you can't tell me I'm wrong.
You're turning like factions into just one people. It's a little. So so Rowan saw her and was like,
"Girl so fine, she will be mine."
Yeah, he wants to be a hero. Is his whole thing.
Yeah.
Because avians are very. They have idealized versions of themselves, both individually and as a society. And Rowan is like, I need to be big boy, big hero. Big
beefy boy.
Big beefy boy hero.
Get girl.
Get thick beefy thigh girl.
Does she have the thighs?
I draw with some thighs.
Okay.
if I have my way. So he got, and he also won at this festival. Think like the Robin Hood from that weird Animal Robin Hood cartoon.
Oh,
If you win
yeah.
the tournament, you get like a kiss from the princess or whatever nonsense that was.
Yeah.
And of course Rowan would be like, yeah, he just kicked some major ass.
Yeah. Basically, the king looked at Rowan. He's like, you did a good job.
Won't be married into my son.
You marry see my daughter, she real pretty. Have at her.
Yeah.
And like Arrow was just like, huh, he is kind of cute though.
He a cutie though. And they do like each other. It's probably a good. They had some good times. They get them wings.
They get them wings and they get them flings.
We're really happy that we've made a bird person strip club called Wings and Flings.
We
That
did.
also has comedy nights.
We did.
That will also be an animation one day. I don't know when or how, but something will be made.
And it'll be glorious.
Yeah.
Hilariously glorious. But glorious nonetheless.
So as far as his like powers, abilities go, because this is a magical world. I feel like it wasn't featured too heavily in the pilot. I mean, Arrow had her music magic. There's wings. I mean, there's a floating fucking island, but
they're bird people. The obvious.
Yeah, but there's a lot of magic and lots of ways that people can harness said magic. Rowan, again, his abilities will include just beefy and
he's got that physical strength.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He knows how to use his strength. Black belts and whatever bird Krav Maga there is. Krav Maga.
I'll get it.
Krav Maga. Do you not actually get it?
I do not get it.
So there's a martial art called Krav Maga. It's the Israeli military martial art.
Oh.
Krav Maga into Kamagad. Most people, I think, got that. And you were throwing out all this dumb bird pun lore nonsense.
Listen.
I put out Kamaga, and you're like, what?
I'm at the point where it's late in the night, and I'm starting to get a little loopy and delirious.
So, shit.
But I'm having fun.
Bottom line is, he a good fighter. He has wings, obviously, and they're probably also strong, beefy wings. Probably doesn't want him to get stabbed, but he'd probably block a punch with the wing at least.
He probably would.
He definitely would. And then he would pull his wing down and look at the guy and be like,
"Oh my
bitch,
bitch,
the first one didn't knock me out."
If that wouldn't work, why do you think this will?
So he has He has the Firebird Glaive, which
which he won.
Yeah, which is for anyone that does Dagger here or BGA. It's a red. It's a big shield breaker.
It's the first stick attached to a giant pole.
Yes. So he has that, which is again a very strong royal weapon that has all sorts of durability bonuses and everything. And that combined with enchanted bird people tattoos gives him some beefy fire magic.
Because we like a boy on fire.
Yeah, we like a bird. We have like a boy on fire.
He's a roasted chicken.
Is that a special move name? Does he just yell "roasted chicken" and then blast people?
can't see this right now, but Mecca is just giving me a look of.
I'm not. It's
Are
not
you
a bad look.
fucking
I'm not disappointed.
serious right now?
No, I'm not. I'm not upset with this. I just felt that I needed to let you get that out. There was nothing I could do to circle you back. I just have to let you get that out of your system.
But you got that look of both pride and disappointment.
I just have nothing to add. I just have to let it work its time. It's like a nasty poop. You just gotta let it work its way out of your system.
This fried chicken. It's amazing. Why did I not think of this before?
Because he didn't have fire magic before. Again, Arrow and Rowan. There will be a video on this. They're not the same as they started.
No.
There's so much more to them now. Oh boy, will that
Hence
be a
the
video?
very superficial theming, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, there's the core. I mean, they are your characters. We haven't changed. It's not like a new character with the same name.
Yeah,
It's just
like based off like the superficial crushes.
Yeah, because
see,
your storytelling, because you like goofy stories overall.
I do.
If left to your own devices, you make 4-panel comics of silly punchlines, and they're very good. I like.
You like the overarching stories.
Yeah. I like something that I can follow for a while. I like something with payoff. I like drama. I like things that can be read into on a deeper level. I feel like this.
I mean, that's not saying that
I
don't to a certain extent, because I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say this, and this isn't me trying to talk down to Ace.
No,
obviously I love her, and I respect what she does. She does a lot of things.
And also like being around you, I've started gaining a more like appreciation to that, and also art school. But
Yeah. And it's not saying that I do these things really well. If I'm left to my own devices, just to write something without anyone else. And I'm like, I'm going to have a really big reveal. It's probably going to be a really weird one. Like, again, collaboration is what makes great things. And that's why I think HTKAM works. It works because we had a lot of friends to work with it on. And hopefully we'll be able to get back into big writing groups again and do crazy things like that. But, you know, Rowan and Arrow are the same characters. But again, just built on and put into
different
a
scenarios.
World where they can actually develop. Because Arrow was designed for you to play in one-shots and fit into any story so you could play her in any story.
Be the, like, comically serious mom friend.
Yeah.
Along with, one of our friends' characters. Quill.
Yes. Because, again, it was easy to plop that into any D&D scenario, any LARP scenario. And Rowan was just, like, some way for you to talk and like act like that character had a backstory. Like, oh yes, I am betrothed back in the land of Ichor with my fiance, the name Rowan. And it was built from there. And we've just, like I said, taken it, used that symbology, and it will be built upon even more, and it's good. It's just how things go. Yeah. So, fire magic, beefy boy, big stick with the first stick attached.
Is the first stick attached to a giant pole?
Yeah.
But semantics aside.
Yeah, he's probably either screaming or stopped screaming by now.
I can still hear the screams.
I think that's everything covered, huh? We were gonna do this in multiple segments, so we just had one big ramble, which was fun.
I like having these big rambles. It's so much fun.
Yeah. There will be another one of these on Arrow soon, which may be more interesting since she's gonna, she has more screen time already, and she's a main character, so all sorts of.
She protagonist.
Yeah. We have a motion comic fairy tale for the Phoenix mythology. And then we will be hopefully posting updates on episode 2, as well as getting back into some fun drawcast and podcast topics. I'd like to do more Let's Play soon. Maybe we'll be streaming soon.
I am very excited.
Yeah.
It's all like really downplayed right now because I'm trying to be chill, but I'm just so happy.
Well, go ahead and try to just let your emotions flow without being too loud to wake neighbors.
I am so excited for this first episode alone. If you've not been keeping up to our social media, we will link that in the description below because I've been making memes about it, and I am so proud of myself.
There's a snapshot of your Firebird on fire.
Yes.
And that's one of the things we may tell more of the story just because, if it's just the two of us working on the production, then it might take another half a year to make the next episode. And so, like I said, we'll have more other content made, but we might continue telling story or just alluding to more lore with videos like this to show character designs or environment designs and kind of tell the story either through this kind of behind the scenes nonsense, which would be a really weird way to tell a story overall, is almost solely through behind the scenes until an episode comes out.
Yeah.
Or we'll do more things like the Phoenix thing, where it's more of an in-universe narration. Or fairy tale type thing. I think both will be really fun. And we want to make other things. We want to bring Ollie.
Yes.
I would like to do some stick figure fights. We have a Misfit Mafia thing that's always rambling in my head. I want to make
maybe. I don't know. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just having so much fun right now.
Yeah. I would like to start some more Discord community or artist communities, kind of like what Jazza does, and have stories that are basically us just kind of throwing stuff out there and getting some friends in and just kind of seeing where it takes us. I'd love to maybe even get some animation friends from CCAD and do a storyboard pass around, how do you remember how Coco used to do
the Jam comics?
Yeah.
I've that would be great.
From the Toon Boom Twitch channel, they'll do storyboard jams.
Oh,
where they just pass a scene or a panel.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
And so it's the same thing as a comics jam, but you get camera direction and audio and stuff. So, which I think would be very good for a video format. But we'll see. Like I said, bottom line is that we're gonna do more things. There might be some behind the scenes of us trying to make merch stuff because we want to start submitting to art fairs. So, just.
It's a lot of stuff. I'm just excited. I am excited for.
I want to make some artist reference packs. I want to do some photo shoots with some martial arts friends.
Yo.
Make that as a Patreon tier.
That would be cool.
I know.
What's her name? Formerly known as Sunshi Stock or Dorka Stock on DeviantArt. She did a whole bunch of pose references.
Oh yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, I want to make our Patreon useful for both people who are not artists and just want fun content, but also sharing. Again, I would love to make the channel be you don't have to spend money on art school because we're here. We'll tell you what we learned.
Here's our brain dump into you.
Yeah. We went to college, so you don't have to. Yeah. So rambling. Longer than we planned. Might cut this out. Might not. Stay safe. Stay
spooky.
Weird.
Stay weird.
Stay spooky. Stay on fire. Bird on fire.
How about you don't? Anyway.